when it's the important things that I've talked about that you young folks that don't want to listen. You don't want to listen. You want something cookie cutter, quick and fast. And that's why you're losing your ass. That's why you're losing money. It's not because my stuff doesn't work. It's because you're too impatient. You're too impatient and you're not listening. You're stubborn. And I know I was like that. I'm not knocking you for it, but I'm trying to tell you this is how you correct it. Because unless you correct this, it will never work for you. It will never work for you because you're not giving it its proper respect and you're not giving yourself the chance to follow it within the rules. You're trying to push too fast to try to do something. Listen, I know I hated it when I was working. I hated having a job. I hated in class. You know, as I was studying, I didn't want to be in there. As much as I loved coding, I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be doing it. In my mind, I was thinking, I know enough. Just give me a job and I'll pick up the rest doing it. I know what it's like to think that way. And sometimes it may be hard for you because you're not making ends meet like you want to. You see other people doing well, they're flossing. Hey, you know, I want to get there and do that too. Well, listen, it doesn't happen overnight. I'm not these Instagram gurus. Okay. I'm not telling you buy my course in 120 days. It's Lamborghini lifestyle from here on out. Nope. 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 You got to first learn how to be able to not lose. That's a huge milestone. You have no idea how hard that is for most people by itself. I don't give a fuck who you're learning from. I don't care who you're learning from, what you're learning, what their style of trading is. If they're using some software program, or if it's all discretionary trading, I don't give a single fuck who it is. Okay. I don't care who wrote a book, who's on the top sellers list. I don't give a shit how long they've been trading or who's done what. They are never going to make this part easier for anybody because it's all going to be a unique experience for each and every single one of us. You have to discover where you fuck yourself up. What's the thing or things, because sometimes it's multiple things. What's the thing that causes you to derail yourself? See, that's the missing puzzle piece that nobody really puts the work in. And that's why I tell everybody, it's going to take you you got to spend at least a year with me. Not because it takes me a year to show you everything that is required to make money. You're going to see where you fuck up. And the problem is some of you just don't want to admit that you fuck up. And that's unfortunate. And I tried to hide that when I was a younger man too, because I was like, there's no way. There's no way I'm making a mistake here because I'm doing exactly what this book said. Well, if I would have looked at that book with a diametrically opposed view on the marketplace, then this shit would have worked. But I kept doing it, thinking that it's something outside of me. No, it was me. I couldn't see what it was that was causing the issue. The issue was I was repeating the same things over and over and over again, expecting a different result. And every one of these fucking books, every one of these authors, every one of these motherfuckers that pretended they had a reason to write a fucking book or worth listening to or reading, I had resentment towards them. And it took me into a position of, I'm angry at everyone. I'm 20 some years old. I'm pissed off at the world because I'm thinking like you all now, these young folks, the world owes me something now because I've put all this time and money into all this bullshit that ain't working for me. Somebody needs to pay reparations. Okay. Somebody needs to fix this shit. Okay. Because I've been hoodwinked here. And I discovered that there was a lot of things that I was doing that were all individual character flaws, but I didn't see it. I wanted perfection early on. In fact, I still pursue it, but I know I'm enough now at 50 years old. I don't need to have perfection, but I still pursue it. Does it make me, hold on to a character flaw by pursuing perfection? No. I'm aiming perfection. I'm aiming for that. So even if I miss, I'm heading in the right direction. But if you aim at nothing, you're going to hit that every single time. Nothing. No progress. No positive results. no accolades. But you have to find a way to dig in when it feels like you should quit. And some of you probably felt that this year. You're in the beginning like, man, this is awesome. The videos kept dropping. Feel like you're learning something new each day, and you're seeing examples. I'm showing it. I'm clicking a button. I'm getting in there and pushing it. You saw it with live accounts too. But something happened for some of you, not all of you. Some of you hit a wall. You hit a wall and you feel like something just is in the way. I'm going to tell you the 3 things that are in the way. Number 1, you. You're impatient. And that's understandable. It's 100% understandable. There's no reason for you to not want it. Okay? Every reason for you to want it. And every single one of you deserve it. And that's the second part. Some of you deep down inside don't think you deserve to be successful. And I did what is that thing? It's another service I talked on. I can't remember. SoundCloud. Are you deserving? In my teachings over the years and teaching people how to do this stuff, I've discovered a lot of folks out there have this deep-rooted question. They don't believe that they deserve to be successful. Like something in them, hardwired, prevents them from believing that they have a sense of worth. You know, who the fuck said you shouldn't be successful? Like who told you? What day did you wake up and someone sat you down and said, you know what? You're generally a nice person, but you really don't fucking deserve to be successful. You just gotta accept, living a mundane life of punching in and punching out, and just be content with that. Who the fuck is that? Who did that with you? Because I never had that. But unfortunately, the world has a tendency to wrap that cloak around us, and we wear it. And all you gotta do is unzip it and step out of it. It's a decision that you're making. You think that you don't deserve success? I'm telling you, do. You do. If you're willing to put yourself through all of these trainings, studying, back testing, pursuing it, you deserve it. Anyone that's not willing to do that, don't fucking even imagine for 1 second that you deserve to be successful, because you don't. Because laziness is absolutely never, ever going to be successful in this. It's not going to happen. Unless you subscribe to someone that's got a signal service and they're good. Whether they do my stuff or something else. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Because you know your limitations. You know that you can't do it. And that's fine. That's good. If you find that out early on, and then some of you are thinking, okay, well, how do I differentiate whether, I'm not in a position to be successful, and I'm wrestling with, I believe I should be successful. Okay. That's something you're going to have to work out on your own. You'll know if it takes years, for you to come to that conclusion. It may take that for some of you, but you honestly should at least try 2 years diligently. If you haven't really put in 2 years, because you don't know yourself. You don't know yourself. And every guru, teacher, mentor, everybody out there, if they're worth any bit of listening to or subscribing to as a teacher, they don't have to like me, but I'm telling you, they have to admit this. You can't fix and teach everybody. You can't. No one educator has ever single-handedly turned every one of their students into a success. That's never happened. Ever. Christ alone, himself walking this planet, whether you choose to believe it or not, he still had some people saying, I'm not really interested. I can't do it. Walked on water. That wasn't enough. So you're going to come to a crossroads. If you haven't already met it this year, You're going to come to a point. I'm in an area where my voice is echoing. Let me walk away here. Get back on the carpet. You're going to get to a point where you're going to feel these tug of wars, these internal wrestling matches that make you question whether or not this is really for you or not. I'm going to tell you something. Think about what you did all this week and what you're going to have to do next week at your job. Do you think you deserve that? Do you think you deserve the rest of your fucking life doing that? Because I'm going to tell you something. I couldn't stand that. I never had a boss where I loved him. I never went to work and said, you know what? I love you. I love working for you. I love giving you all my fucking family time. I love the fact that you underpay me and you tell me when I can't fucking have a vacation with my fucking family. I have never found so much love for anyone else in my life. You, sir, you, madam, you have topped the lists in my entire life. And I swear my allegiance to you. Get the fuck out of here. Get that shit out of your mind right now. I don't give a fuck who tells you go to college, get all that. Fuck that shit. That's the stupidest fuck thing you can do in your life. You only have a little bit of time here, folks. Okay. 50 years went by like a fucking minute, man. 50 years. 50. You young guys. You think you're going to fucking drag on and, oh man, ICT's old. You know, I got so much time. The fuck you do. You don't have any time. You don't have any time. Who says you're going to make it to be 50? When I was younger, the way I was living, I didn't see myself past 25. So you have to do things correctly. You have to be diligent about your study, and you have to be realistic about your expectations and what results should you expect that are realistic. Doubling your account every month, that's not realistic. Trading multiple contracts, only being into this for a couple months, nope, that's dumb. Because you're teaching yourself greed and fear when you have drawdown. Whereas if you just simply did the least, learning how price lives and breathes in these charts, the money part, profiting, that's the easiest part of this. That's the easiest. What makes it easy? Knowing when not to do something, when to get the fuck out of your own way and pull your head out of your own ass. Those three things that plague everybody. Impatience. Stop being impatient. Don't be fearful and greedy. How do you accomplish that? By conquering those. Control your frequency in trading. Don't over leverage. Do the smallest amount. Because if you are consistently pulling out positive results with the smallest leverage possible, following the rules, you will get bored. You will get bored by doing that. And that is the very sweet spot that you're aiming for. When I'm doing 15, 20 contracts in the S&P, am I feeling any more excitement, trepidation, anxiety, concern whether my trade's going to pan out or not versus that or one single contract? No. No. I'm not looking at the money. I do that because you guys like to see it. I don't have that on my charts. When I'm focusing, I'm looking at just the price only. Watching the time and seeing where I'm in terms of price. Is everything still delivering as I would expect, as I teach you? But some of you lose your mind over a demo. Why? That's where you have to dig in. Find out what it is you're wrestling with. Because you want your results quick. You want to be able to be self-assured. Because listening to these rants by me and listening to videos, they only feel good for the moment while you're listening to it, folks. You might have a little bit of a splash over experience when the presentations end, and you walk around like, yeah, man, I'm cock strong. I'm walking around. I'm strutting with them. I understand. I feel you, ICT. I feel you, man. Preach. But then it wears off. Why does it wear off? because you haven't done enough yet. See, some of my students in the past got pissed off and they get offended. Oh, you motherfucker. You don't even know how many weekends I've spent doing this. Okay. Weekends. We said a year minimum. And you're bitching. You're trying to have it your way. Okay. This ain't Burger King motherfucking mentorship. Okay. It ain't have it your way mentorship here. When you come to me, this is the way it is. I don't bend. I don't change the way I do shit. You bend to these rules or fucking get up the road, man. Go find Mickey Mouse fucking mentorship. Okay. There's a lot of them out there. But when you fuck up and wreck yourself there, you'll be back here. And that's fine. Some of you need that. Some of my better students actually said, fuck it, I can't do this. I said, I got to go. Went and did other shit and came back and said, you know what? That was the best thing I ever could have done. I realized how much all the other shit doesn't make any sense. But some of you just simply are too new. You don't know what else is out there. Go explore it. Go explore it. Go do that. It's important for you to do that. I did it because you'll appreciate it more when you're holding the truth. And that's all I'm doing is laying in your hands the very truth that everybody can't see unless it's shown to them. By example, buttons being pushed, explained in advance, why certain markets are going to be hard. Why is this day likely to fail? I didn't hide those things this year. I told you, these are areas where I don't know yet. I have to wait for more information. Other days, this is what's going to happen. There it is. Week after week after week after week. And for my students, now it's been years after years after years after years. Consistency. Not perfect, but way above the industry standards. And you don't even need to be even close to that to do very well, folks. Your job, okay, your employment doesn't give a flying fuck about you. They might give you employee of the month, give you a fucking parking spot for a fucking week or whatever. You know what? Does that give you back the time that your family lost not having you around them? Fuck no, it doesn't. But because that little bit of a cookie, okay, that little bit of lift you up among your peers, you know what that does? It makes your peers fucking hate your fucking guts. Okay, they hate you. They don't like the fact that you got something better than them for a moment because they're miserable just like you are. So why are you pretending that that's where you want to stay? Why the fuck would anybody want to do that? And you want to go to college to do that for the rest of your life? That's dumb. That's too fucking stupid. It's stupid. Start your own business, man. Start your own business or businesses and invest. That's the way you do it. That's the way you succeed. That's how you beat this world. Okay, that's how you beat this life. That's how you outpace everything. Outpace inflation. I don't give a flying fuck how fucking much gas goes up. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Now, there's people that are hearing that and they're like, man, I can't do this and do that. I'm not talking down to you folks. I'm just telling you a mindset that this gives you. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be wealthy. You just need to be able to live comfortably. And I believe I've laid that in every one of your hands this year. With no excuse. None. I've taught you money management, risk management, trade selection, exactly when and how these trades form. When they are likely to fail. What days of the week are they likely to form most? That's all been taught to you. You don't ever need to buy anybody's bullshit ever again. Nothing. You're all waiting for my books. What have you done with what I already given you? What have you done with what has already been laid in your hands this year?